Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in the English reading of the Holy Quran, translation and commentary by Abdullah Yusuf Ali, published by the IPCI, the Islamic Propagation Center International. Here we are busy with chapter 14 of the Quran, which is chapter Surah Ibrahim, and we are busy with part number 3. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Seest thou not that God created the heavens and the earth in truth? If He so will, He can remove you and put in your place a new creation. Nor is that for God any great matter. They will all be marshaled before God together. Then will the weak say to those who are arrogant, "For us, we but followed you. Can you then avail us at all against the wrath of God?" They will reply, "If we had received the guidance of God, we should have given it to you. To us it makes no difference now whether we rage or bear these torments with patience. For ourselves there is no way of escape." And Satan will say, when the matter is decided, "It was God who gave you a promise of truth. I too promised, but I failed in my promise to you. I had no authority over you." You see how Satan is now backtracking. He's now putting himself away. He said, "I did not interfere with you." He said, "I had no authority over you." Well, he did interfere, but he could not put a gun to your head, right? So I had no authority over you except to call you. But you listened to me, then reproach not me, but reproach your own souls. I cannot listen to your cries, nor can you listen to mine. I reject your former act in associating me with God. For wrongdoers, there must be a grievous penalty. And this, imagine, this is coming from Satan, right? The enemy of mankind. But those who believe and work righteousness will be admitted to gardens beneath which rivers flow, to dwell therein forever with the leave of their Lord. Their greeting therein will be peace, salam. Seest thou not how God sets forth a parable? A goodly word, like a goodly tree, whose root is firmly fixed and its branches reach to the heavens. It brings forth its fruit at all times by the leave and permission of its Lord. So God sets forth parables for men in order that they may receive admonition. And the parable of an evil word is that of an evil tree. It is torn up by the root from the surface of the earth. It has no stability. God will establish in strength those who believe with the word that stands firm in this world and in the hereafter. But God will leave to stray those who do wrong. God doth what He wills. What He willeth or what He wills. God does what He wills. Right, so now let's look at the second section of the chapter. It's broken up into two parts. The second part is verses 28 to 52. We are busy with chapter number 14, Surah Ibrahim. But the evil not only chose evil for themselves, but mislead others to perdition. The godly should learn from the signs of God all around them and be on their guard against all that is false. So Abraham prayed not only for his posterity, but for all, for he foresaw the universality of God's message in Islam. That leads to the mystic doctrine of oneness, that there is only one God, Tawheed, which will be seen in its fullness on the great day, the day of judgment, when a new earth and a new heaven will proclaim the end of evil. Then all evil will end, and the adjustment of all this life's account, which is the resurrection and the day of judgment. Right, let's continue. We are busy with verse 27. Let's go to verse 28. Right. Hast thou not turned thy vision to those who have changed the favor of God into blasphemy? Hast thou not turned thy vision to those who have changed the favor of God into blasphemy, and caused the people to descend to the house of perdition, into hell? They will burn therein, an evil place to stay in. And they set up idols as equal to God, to mislead men or mankind from the path. Say, enjoy your brief power, but verily you are making straight a way for hell. Speak to my servants who have believed, that they may establish regular prayers and spend in charity out of the sustenance we have given them, secretly and openly, before the coming of a day in which there will be neither mutual bargaining nor befriending. It is God who hath created the heavens and the earth, and sendeth down rain from the skies, and with it bringeth out fruits wherewith to feed you. It is He who hath made the ships subject to you, that they may sail through the sea by His command, and the rivers also hath He made subject to you. And He hath made subject to you the sun and the moon, both diligently pursuing their courses, and the night and the day hath He also made subject to you. And He giveth you of all that you ask for, but if you count the favors of God, never will you be able to number them. Verily, man is given up to injustice and ingratitude. Right, so join me in the next episode, which is part number 4. I think it's part number 4, but I'll change this numbering. I'm just a bit confused on the numbering. Stay well, look after yourself. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.